These are moments when routine police checks turn into disasters, starting with the officer who walks straight into a deadly trap.
Police department!
On December 4th, 2023, a police officer from the Arlington Police Department was patrolling the streets when all of a sudden he heard what sounded like the discharge of a firearm. The officer quickly exited his vehicle and started walking towards the source of the sound. However, what the officer didn't realize was that he was walking into what could be the craziest wellness checks of his career.
I'm scared. I don't want to.
I'm gonna go try to get them to stop doing that. Just had another flare go off here.
As the officer got closer to the source, he found that the gunshots were coming from a house near an elementary school. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the officer called for backup. As the backup officers arrived, the officers spoke with the neighbors and accessed their patio and tried to establish contact with the suspect, who was still firing flares despite the police commands to stop.
Arlington County Police! Stop shooting the flares! Mr. Yu, can you hear me? Mr. Yu!
Despite several attempts by the officers to reach the suspect remained barricaded in his home and refused to listen to the cops. A few hours later, when the officers were conducting an on-scene investigation, the neighbors reported that the owner of the house was reclusive but never gave off any weird vibes. That was until a few days prior to this incident, when he covered his windows with black trash bags and strung toilet paper on trees outside the home. Upon hearing this, the officers got really concerned about the safety of the community and obtained a search warrant to recover any weapons inside the home. And after obtaining the warrant, an emergency response team was dispatched to try to use the public address system to talk to the suspect and get him to surrender to the police.
James, Arlington Police, come to the front door with your hands up. Do it now. We have your building surrounded. You're not leaving. Come to the door now with your hands up and surrender.
The suspect was unresponsive, so after this failed, an armored vehicle was used to ram into the front door to break it open. But even that didn't prevent the suspect from taking things to the extreme.
James, this is the Arlington Police Department. We need you to move away from your front door. Move away from your front door. James, this is the Arlington Police Department. We need you to move away from your front door. James, stay away from your front door. Stay away from your front door, James. Stay away from the front door, James. The Arlington Police Department.
When the front door of the home was breached, the suspect fired off several rounds. And by this point, the officers had been trying to establish some sort of contact with the suspect for several hours without any luck. But things were about to go from bad to worse because as the officers were thinking about their next course of action, the unimaginable happened. Luckily, no one was harmed in the explosion apart from the suspect himself, who was later identified as 56-year-old James Yu. The cause of death was determined to be a combination of thermal injury and blunt force trauma. The next day, the officers went back to the scene to search the remains and recovered gasoline cans, 2 shotguns, a handgun, and shotgun magazines. But this next welfare check quickly escalated when officers stumbled upon a horrifying secret this woman had desperately tried to keep hidden.
There's a person in here.
On April 7, 2017, officers from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office visiting the property of 52-year-old Dorothy Singer, who claimed that her husband, Charles Singer, had been missing. But this wasn't the first time that deputies had paid a visit to Dorothy's property. In fact, by this point, deputies believed that Dorothy wasn't telling the truth. So when they arrived at her property this time around, they made sure to come by with a search warrant. And what the officers managed to dig out of the property was enough to shake even the most experienced crime investigators.
Flagler County Sheriff's Office, search warrant, open the door! Black County Sheriff's Office search warrant, open the door. Black County Sheriff's Office search warrant, open the door. Dog. Show hands. Slowly open the door and get control of your dog, okay? Sheriff's Office. Okay.
In the months leading up to this visit, Dorothy led the officers in a pointless pursuit by impersonating Charles on text messages and using his bank accounts. Charles' Owen's sister received several text messages from Charles, but to her, it seemed like someone completely different was typing them out. She got increasingly concerned after a mutual friend told her that Charles and Dorothy had gotten into a bad fight and that no one had seen him since. So deputies conducted a welfare check but were unable to find Charles at the house. And when they asked Dorothy about him, she simply said she hadn't seen him for several days. This didn't sit right with the deputies, so they obtained a search warrant to find out what Dorothy was hiding. And when searching through the property, they find strategically placed branches and a tarp over a john boat that seemed very suspicious.
Sorry.
Yeah. Watch out. Watch that ball.
Yeah, I think so. Lift right there.
What have you got in this one?
All set?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yep. All right.
We got
Verified.
exposure. Let me
All right.
see.
Yeah. Take a picture of it. Yeah. Hey, Jody. Jody.
There's mothballs.
Take a picture of the mothballs.
After finding Charles' body, the officers put Dorothy under arrest for the murder of her husband. However, she claimed that she acted on self-defense, but after a short 5-day trial, the jury found her guilty of first-degree murder and she was sentenced to life in prison. Uncovering a buried body is a nightmare for any officer, but at least all of the responding officers made it out alive, something that can't be said for our next case.
Where's he at? Hey, get back! Get back! You're gonna get shot!
On March 9, 2024, a woman called 911 after her autistic 15-year-old son started assaulting the family. However, as the officers arrived at the scene, it took only mere moments for the situation to escalate beyond control.
Where's he at? Hey, get back! Get back! You're gonna get shot! Hey, get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back in the residence right now! Get back in the residence right now! We're gonna give him help! We're gonna give him help! We're gonna give him help! Get back in the residence!
Why would you do that? Why you shoot my baby?
We're gonna get him help! We're gonna get him help!
Oh my God!
18-22 confirming Mez is coming to our location.
Ryan,
Hey! Get back!
Check him out, guys. Check him out.
Okay.
he's dying! No!
Get back! Alright. Get back inside.
As the officer tried to enter the home, the teenager charged at him with a garden tool, and it appeared as if he was going to kill him. Judging the seriousness of the situation, one of the deputies fired several rounds towards the kid, dropping him immediately. The officers spent the next couple minutes trying to revive him. However, they would ultimately fail, and the teenager lost his life. In a split second, these officers, who feared for their lives, shot a man down. But in the next case, suspect lit family on fire while trying to escape. On April 26, 2024, an emergency phone call was made to the police regarding a man threatening his partner in New Albany, Australia. However, as the officers arrived at the scene, they realized that their simple wellness check would escalate to something far worse.
Show me your hands.
Where are the kids? Where are the kids?
As the officer kicked the door down, the man inside lit the house on fire and attempted to escape. However, he was fortunately apprehended by the cops. After arresting the culprit, the officers went inside the house to rescue the children and their mother, who were all unharmed. While one family was saved from a raging fire, in this case, the real danger wasn't a fire, it was standing right beside them. They just didn't believe her until it was too late.
So if I shoot him in my residency, because he's sitting here putting his hands on me for the second time, then what? I'm held accountable? Nothing.
Make sure you read up on it and make sure you can articulate when it comes to
I've done it. I did that before I got my license.
Okay.
On November 27th, 2022, DeKalb County Police received a call from 30-year-old Quanisha Johnson, who told dispatch she needed an escort home because she was afraid of her boyfriend, Demont Smith. She told the officers that she had been out celebrating a friend's birthday, her first night out since giving birth 2 months earlier. However, when she checked her phone that morning, she found threatening messages from Demont, who had been watching her 3 children overnight. However, as the officers arrived at the scene to squash what seemed like a normal domestic issue, they made a small mistake by leaving early, which proved to be a fatal decision.
This is my house. He's making a set. I don't know what he's in the entry. He's in the window. He's just waiting on the set now to do whatever the fuck he felt like he's going to do. My daughters are in here though.
He's in there too?
Yeah. I'm gonna show you him. Look.
Hold on.
You went back the door?
Is he opening the door?
I can show you at the door.
Demonte, you mind coming out here and talk to us, see what's going on? We spoke to her, but we want to speak to you because we don't know what's going on.
She got off her seat.
Yeah.
She disappeared for 3 hours. Like I'm mad. So I'm at home watching her kids and my kids. She disappeared for 3 hours.
She say anything? Did you say anything that called her to call?
What would you do if your girl go to work and then disappear with me? I'm snap. That's snap.
Please ask him to put my baby back so she can
It's my baby too.
She's a newborn.
So drunk ass
Ask
up.
him to put her back in the house.
Drunk out of her.
Hold on, let us talk to him for a second.
Alright, she's 2 months though.
Get
I
your drunk
gotta
ass
deal with
on.
that. She gets
If you
college.
30, still stripping.
I'm 30 and still stripping.
You mind?
30 and still broke.
You mind if you stay on top of
Well, but it ain't gonna be long. But how long you gonna be stripping?
Stop arguing.
Fuck on.
41 day, correction, 49 day, change this to her.
Walk off. Think about what you're doing. Fuck, I'm sitting here watching your kids, you with a whole nother fat ass nigga.
You gonna talk to us? Stop
What?
arguing with us. Because we trying to figure out what we here now. We gotta
Cool,
figure-
I'm grown
We
ass
gotta
man. I'm
figure-
doing what I'm doing. I ain't did nothing wrong. She toxic, nigga. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Talk to her.
I got you. But when you saying you snap, what you mean you snap?
I snapped. I told her, bitch, stop playing with me. I'm like a goofy. I'm in here watching your kids and my kid, and you somewhere else with another. You got off at 6. Calling.
But it
communicate.
didn't go no farther than that.
Fuck no.
I never came here for it to go.
No,
She was
hold on.
scared because she
Weeks
know
ago,
she
yeah,
was wrong.
you see me on my
She was
face.
scared. She's scared. She knows she's wrong.
What's she scared for?
Because he
She's
put hands on me
scared.
2 weeks ago. So yeah, I am
Should-
scared. I
should
have
she
Put
be-
hands on me too, a couple times.
No, I have blue eyes.
Well, you disappearing all that lying ass thing ass shit. You gonna get mad because I react.
He don't live here. He don't pay no bills. He's not on lease. He don't have no mail. There's nothing here. That's his
I do got
size
mail.
trash bag full of clothes that he got from the DeKalb County jail. He can take that and he can go. And he can put my daughter in the house but she get colic. Because I'm going to have to deal with that.
Man, they
at
not
the
touching my
hospital.
daughter, so shut your fucking
No.
mouth.
Right.
Weird. That shit don't look good
You
on
ain't
you.
daughter.
Man, watch out, bro.
You my daughter.
Watch out.
Hey,
You
now,
ain't my baby.
please,
She
please.
not- I don't want my baby out here. The wind is blowing. She don't have a head on.
Just
She's
give
a
her the
newborn.
baby.
Going
Just
all
Be my
night.
baby.
What about your other
Be
baby?
my
She been
baby.
going all night.
All right, I'm
You
gonna
don't
worry
care
about
about your
this
babies.
You ain't care about it either. That's why I got locked up when she was here.
Hey, we not finna fight on this
Please
baby.
be my baby though. Like she's gonna get colic.
Give us a
I'm
second. We're going to bring him back inside.
I'm gonna get the birth
Okay.
certificate. He's not on it.
Well,
At this point, it's not his baby. And if y'all want to do a DNA test to identify that.
Nah, this ain't got, no. We ain't going that far.
It is clear that the situation is slowly getting out of control, with both of them provoking each other and raising their voices. However, the police's decision on how to deal with the situation later caused it to escalate to a deadly level.
Hey,
Man, that shit weird, bro. I'm
I got-
a real
I got-
nigga. I
I
ain't
got-
going for that dumb shit.
well look.
I mean, this
she's-
motherfucker taking three of her kids, bro. Plus my newborn. You
gonna-
get off at 6 a.m.
we gonna
Why
talk
the
to-
fuck you get home at 10:30, laughing and drunk? These bitch ass Atlanta dog. I ain't got time for this shit, bro. My mindset ain't built like that. I ain't touching.
Yeah.
I got my daughter, nigga. I ain't did nothing wrong. I
You
just got
do
out.
live here though, right?
Yeah, I got mail her and everything.
How long you been staying here?
It's the same amount of time as she has. We both moved here together.
When?
In December.
Y'all been here since last year, December?
Hey, she got mad 'cause she out creeping at night. She couldn't keep up with her lives. and she was scared to come home.
Tomorrow you're done. I'm getting a shower. What's next? You don't have no residency here. I'm confused.
Do you need anything else?
He said I'm gonna get my ass whipped tonight. So when I shoot him for self-defense, then what? Because I'm licensed. So if I shoot him in my residency because he's sitting here putting his hands on me for the second time, then what? I'm held accountable. You hear this, right? You heard what he just said? I'm gonna get my ass beat tonight. So when I shoot him, after I done called the cops and did everything I was supposed to do,
Just make sure you can articulate
I can.
what's going on.
I can. I'm showing you.
You better really be able to articulate that.
I can. This is my household. He have no residency, nothing.
Make sure you read up on it and make sure you can articulate when it comes to
I've done that. I did that before I got my license.
Okay.
That was exactly what Quanisha did. As soon as the police officers left, a gunshot went off, hitting DeMonte in the chest.
Wait a minute.
With the little thing first, bro.
Flashing the traffic.
Hurry up,
Did she shoot you?
Yeah, before I die.
The paramedics rushed DeMonte to a hospital. However, they were too late as DeMonte died in the ambulance. As for Quanisha, she was placed under arrest and was charged with malice, murder, and voluntary manslaughter. And after a lengthy trial, she was only found guilty of voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 5 years in state prison, followed by 5 years of home confinement and 10 years of probation once that period was over. The police officers ignored all warning signs due to their negligence, but the negligence of the next officer almost cost him his life. On March 23, 2022, police officers responded to a terrible car accident, but when they arrived at the scene to investigate, they were shocked to see the driver was nowhere to be seen.
I guess he ran off.
Only car involved?
Yeah.
Single vehicle?
Yeah,
all right.
right.
Where's the driver at? Is he inside?
Ran off.
Oh, he took off?
Yeah, a girl. They said it was a girl.
Okay, younger girl? All right.
They said she went that way.
Who? Okay. I didn't see nobody walking either. Anybody see the girl take off?
Yeah.
All right. What was she wearing?
So she climbed out of the car. She was really disoriented, you know. She's like, I need to find my phone. And then I was like, you need to sit down. But she had a cut on her hand. But she was like, I gotta find my purse. And then she wouldn't be like restrained, and she just ran that way.
Okay.
After talking to the witnesses, the officers worked out the description and possible whereabouts of the driver and started looking for her.
How you doing? Sheriff's office. How we doing?
Fine.
Did you guys see a girl come down here?
We did. Thin, tall, dark hair.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, well, I got somebody in the car heading that way. So if she doubles back, then not yet. Maybe. It's low tide. I think it'll be all right.
After a few minutes of searching, the officer located the suspect, 21-year-old Lita Michelle, on the beach. Lita was disoriented and it was clear that she was shaken up by the accident, so the officer decided to approach her by keeping a friendly demeanor.
223. Hello. What's going on? Man, stop real quick. Possibly 1012, the signal free driver. What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
All right. You're just hit. Were you just in a crash? Ma'am, come up here. Don't walk away. No, no walking. Come over here. Okay? Walk upstairs, all right? Let's get out this water area.
I don't wanna. I'm scared.
You're scared? All right, let's walk up here. Let's get off this water, okay? Don't run. Slowly walk.
As Leia talked to the officer, she kept her hands behind her back as if she was trying to hide something. The officer also broke protocol as he didn't ask Leah to keep her hands where he could see them. Unfortunately for the officer, this simple mistake nearly proved to be fatal.
So give me traffic! I'm just stabbed! So give me traffic, I'm bleeding. Show me hands! She's right here in the woods somewhere, can we rescue? Spring kill.
Lega stabbed the officer on the neck with a black butterfly knife, striking a major artery, and decided to make a run for it. Fortunately, the officer was able to make a radio signal to his colleagues, who quickly rushed in and apprehended Lega.
We have her. We don't have her. She's in the water. Coming back to her. You better come out here and stay on the fuck on the ground.
Get over here.
Yeah, we're trying to get her to come back on the water.
Get over here.
Get over here! Walk to the sound of my voice. You better not have that knife or I'll fucking shoot you right now. Keep going. Keep coming. I got her. Yeah. Get on the ground. I got it.
Luckily, the officer that got stabbed survived the attack, and Lega was placed under arrest and was charged with attempted murder with premeditation and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Lega's attack was quick and shocking, but luckily the officer that got stabbed had a fighting chance and eventually survived the attack. Unfortunately, not all cops are this lucky, because in this case the suspect didn't act fast and he wasn't armed with just a knife. Instead, a 30-mag rifle and a methodical plan for an ambush.
Sheriff's office!
In the early morning hours of New Year's Eve, deputies from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office from Colorado were dispatched to an apartment that belonged to 37-year-old Matthew Reel after a phone call was made regarding a verbal altercation between him and his roommate. However, what was supposed to be a simple wellness check would turn out to be a deadly shootout.
Hey, how are you? Good. What's going on tonight?
Yeah, well, my roommate freaked out on me.
Okay.
Came at me. I even, put a laser in his face.
Why don't you come out here with this guy right here? You mind if I come in and talk with you, sir? Is he on anything? Does he have any mental disabilities, or did you guys get in a physical altercation tonight? Okay. I'm just gonna get your name in, sir, and then I'm gonna get out of here, okay?
As Deputy Zach Parrish was talking to Matthew's roommate, he grew increasingly impatient downstairs with another deputy and started arguing with him. So Zach went down to de-escalate the situation.
We're here because we're gonna make sure you're okay.
Yeah. No, I know.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
What's your first name again?
Matthew.
Matthew. Zach, good to meet you.
After conducting an on-site investigation, the detectives didn't really see anything out of the ordinary, so they allowed Matthew to go back to his house without issue. However, just 2 hours later, Matthew called 911 again, asking for the deputies to return. Shortly after, a team of 3 deputies, including Zach, returned to check on Matthew, but this time their visit would end much differently.
Yes, we can talk out here. Are you okay?
Yeah, what if I message rang or...
Well, what?
Can you help me?
Yeah, I can.
Did you not get that message?
Just...
Well, I don't think there's anyone else in there.
No. We're gonna take it.
Seeing this erratic behavior, the officers realized that Matthew was obviously not in the right state of mind, so they decided they're going to take him to the station and place him on a mental health hold. However, in order to do so, the deputies first had to gain access to his apartment. What the deputies didn't know was that Matthew had barricaded himself inside his bedroom with a loaded rifle, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Sheriff's office!
Matthew unloaded a full 30-mag rifle in a couple of seconds, striking Deputy Zach several times. His colleague tried to rescue him but got overwhelmed by the heavy firing, so he had no choice but to leave Zach, who succumbed to his wounds shortly after.
Shooting out the window. Get it out of here! That's right, Kelly, over here.
I'm hit! I'm hit! Blue coming around!
After barely escaping, the deputies called in for backup and a gunfight ensued, which resulted in Matthew's death.